It's now a month since clashes started in Sudan. Humanitarian agencies are warning that hundreds of thousands are still being forced to flee their homes due to the fighting between the Sudanese military and the paramilitary rapid support forces. Several parts of the country continue to face shortages of water and prolonged power cuts. The two warring factions have agreed to safeguard the movement of humanitarian aid, but they are yet to agree to a ceasefire. CGTN's Wilkisanyabwa analyzes the situation in Sudan for us now.
A month to the day since fighting began in Sudan, the gunfire continues and a desperate humanitarian crisis continues to unfold. According to the United Nations, over 200,000 people have fled to neighboring countries, while over 700,000 others have been displaced inside Sudan, triggering a massive humanitarian crisis. Large numbers of Sudanese people fleeing the war-ridden capital, Khartoum, have found refuge in Port Sudan. It's here that Sudanese officials met with delegates of UN agencies to discuss crisis management and aid assistance. Sudanese Finance Minister Jibril Ibrahim discussed several issues with the UN's Special Representative in Sudan, Volker Perthes, including the water shortage.
We have discussed with them the agricultural season and the necessity of completely supporting the agricultural season so that we don't face food shortage in the coming year. We have discussed with them the water problem in Port Sudan, especially with the large number of people who arrived in Port Sudan from all over the country.
On 12th of May, the two warring factions agreed to protect civilians and to safeguard the movement of humanitarian aid. They did not, however, agree to a ceasefire. During talks held in the Saudi port city of Jeddah, Sudan's army and the rival paramilitary rapid support forces agreed to work towards a short-term ceasefire in subsequent discussions. The United Nations says that at least 15.8 million people in Sudan will need humanitarian aid this year. Mediators hope it will be possible to arrange for the withdrawal of security forces from hospitals and clinics and to perform the respectful burial of the dead. They also hope it will be possible to restore vital services such as water and power.
This is, in fact, a particular model being built up in this particular occasion in order to soften the engagement with a lengthy humanitarian or ceasefire. And this will be discussed in the particular part when people come to discussing the political engagement, because now we are highly concerned with the priorities of the humanitarian engagement.
Previous ceasefire agreements have, however, failed to hold, and as talks continue, mediators will be hoping to make gradual steps from a temporary ceasefire, if they agree to one, to a permanent cessation of hostilities. Wilkisanyabwa, CGTN.